Hello folks, time for another video and shave. Yep, so I'm actually a couple days overdue for a shave, but that's because I've been battling with this stupid ingrown hair, but gotta shave. Definitely need one. Getting itchy, not wanting to get any more ingrown hairs. Well, so I kind of was going through all these awesome soaps that my buddy Josh sent me out, Redbeards. Of course, I'll link his channel below. And there was so many soaps, and I'm going through them all, and I came across a label. I kind of was like, well, look at this. Not a soap I was familiar with. I'm sure you saw it in the title. But it's Lotus, but it's by Lotus Eater Soap Company. See it right there. And it's Durga's Companion. What actually brought me to the soap was the label. I was like, wow, who's this Hindu goddess on the label there, sitting on a tiger? So I did a little research. You know, I always like a story behind a soap. And, you know, I found out that Durga is the Hindu goddess of war. And her companion is a tiger. So that's where they get the old label there from, Durga's Companion. Now, they're out of southern Utah. So I started to check out a couple of YouTube videos on the company. There is, like I said, they're a southern Utah couple that are married. Of course, they're married if they're married. So anyway, of course, the Utah YouTubers, Jeremy, Tyler over at the Traveling Shaver, and Charles at Craving Shaving, they love this stuff. So, the company. So, I thought I'd give it a shot. Plus, the scent on this is lemongrass and grapefruit. Very predominant on the lemongrass portion. Get a little hint of grapefruit. Very nice soap. I believe these are 5.5 ounces in these containers. It's not listed on the container. And I'm going to pop up the ingredient list. I actually copied it off the label off their website because on their website they don't actually have an ingredient list. It is on the container, but I don't want to, it's kind of tiny, so I don't want to really hold it up for you guys, so I'd like pop it up. And another thing I like about the container is, you know, I love containers where the container fits in the lid. Even though I don't lather up in the container, but if you do, you don't have to worry about misplacing the lid because it can stay right together while you're drying it out. Just think that's a nice little cool thing. And they're very, very affordably priced. I believe for 5.5 ounces, it was $14. And I went to their website this morning before I did this video just to make sure to see what was going on, if the website was working, if there were soaps available. And they have 4 soaps available right at the moment. So go check them out. Of course, I'll leave the link down below. And I'll leave the link, of course, to my buddy Josh's YouTube channel. Jeremy's a Traveling Shaver. And Charles' Craving Shaving YouTube channel. So I whipped this up in the Timeless Ball. And it whipped up a nice creamy lather. And I figure since it's a Utah company, I might as well go with a Utah brush. The Craving Shaving with the Fanturian knot in there from That Darn Robber. I know he changed his company's name to, I think, Chisel and Hound. And this brush actually was sent to me by Josh, my buddy Josh, a while back. This didn't come with the latest epic care package Josh sent me, but he sent me this one a while back. I love this brush. And I love that knot. And you can see that lather. It's just so awesome. It's a vegan soap. Lemongrass is the most predominant scent I'm pulling off of that. Now, something else that's interesting is I wasn't sure what razor to use today. I have so many now, especially since Josh sent me a million of them. But one that I used to have that I lost when our house burnt down a few years ago was the Merkur 39c slant. And there it is. Now, what's cool about this is actually in the barber pole handle, which, of course, it's a slant, as you can see. It's also nicknamed the Sledgehammer, and that's actually on the Merkur website, a.k.a. the Sledgehammer. Now, what I like about that is the handle is the same length as my 38C, which is the standard Merkur head on there, like the 34C, but that nice barber pole handle. And yeah, I figured let's go for the slant today. The sledgehammer. Thank you, Josh. And blade that's in there is a Gillette Nasset. I know I really haven't been using the Nassets lately because I just have so many of the blades, but it's a great blade. We'll see how it does in that, because I've never used that blade in that razor. I haven't had that razor for 4 years, 3 years. And now that Josh didn't even know, he just sent it to me with all the goodies that he sent me last time. All right, I'm going to wet the face. I was going to do a pre-shave. I do get that stupid ingrown hair thing still hanging around, so I don't care. I need a shave. Now, I was going to do a pre-shave. Let me get back to that part. But the couple videos I saw of this soap company, it's super slick soap, so I'm just going to let the soap do the talking. And like I said before, it's lemongrass and grapefruit. For me, I do smell the grapefruit, but I predominantly smell the lemongrass, which is good. If you're into seasonal, like sensing, you want to use a certain soap during a certain season, this would be great for like spring, summer. But I like scents all year round. I don't use a soap because it's summer. In fact, I like to use summer scents in the wintertime or when it's colder, because it reminds me of summer. Yeah, this soap does have great scent. I think that Jeremy and Charles were testers for this company. I'm not 100% sure because I didn't talk to any of those guys about the soap. I just was going through all the multitude of soaps that my buddy Josh sent me, and I was like, the label actually caught my eye when I saw that Hindu goddess on there, and I was like, who's that? And then I looked it up, and I was like, oh, that's cool. The Hindu goddess of war. Cool stuff. And like I says, the company is from Utah. It's a husband and wife team, which is always cool. All right, let's go with the Merkur 39c slant, aka the sledgehammer. Now, with most slants that I've ever tried, they shave just like a regular razor. You don't have to hold it any certain way. Basically, the blade is slanted to give you that guillotine effect. I totally don't remember the way this razor shaved because it's been at least 4 years since I had my 39C. It's very smooth. Really like that. It's really, slants always sometimes throw me off because they look menacing. But they're really not. Yeah, I was going to do a video over the weekend, but I wanted to give a little bit more time for that ingrown hair to maybe go away, but it's being stubborn. Which, me waiting is a bad thing, because then what happens is I open myself up to maybe more ingrown hairs. And that's why you'll never see a beard on this feller. I do not like the feel of facial hair. I've never did. I tried in the late 80s to kind of sport a mustache, but I hated it. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Those guys definitely aren't lying. This soap is slick. There is really good residual slickness on this soap. Very nice. Wow, that's nice. Wow, there's some serious whiskers in the sink. All right, let's put some more of that. Lotus Soap Company soap. Durga's Companion. Durga. Goddess or Hindu goddess of war. I'm always a sucker for soap stories, and people make fun of me like, it's a soap. What do you care about this story? I don't know, I like the stories. That's why I like PA soap sometimes, because he has an awesome backstory. Even though it really has nothing to do with the soap. It's fun if it has a story. That's what I think, anyhow. The 39c. You know, I guess if you want to try a slant that is on the sort of mild side, this would be a perfect razor. Some slants you really feel the blade, but not with this one. I mean, for me anyhow. Everybody's face and skin are different. So, something may shave phenomenal for me, but for you, it may totally stink. That's what happened with me when I first tried Vashkas. I seen all these, YouTubers shaving with Vashka. I'm like, oh, I gotta get some. And they were inexpensive, and I bought a whole bunch, and there's only one razor that I have that I like those Vashkas, and otherwise I pretty much don't use them because I don't like them. Well, let's look. This is great. Now, I'm gonna remind you, I didn't use a pre-shave. It's pretty good. I'll just sit under there a little bit, because I can always, no matter what razor I use, I can use a blowtorch and under my jawline. Can always use a hit. All right. So the Merkur 39c went to almost a 38c. Great job. I'm gonna pretty much empty the Sea Monster sink, but my shirt today is not cooperating. It actually came right out of the dryer. Actually been kind of chilly here in New Jersey. We've been having the windows open, which is a good thing and sometimes a bad thing, because then we have to hear all the sounds of the neighborhood. It's not like we live out. The Sea Monster agrees. Anyway, yeah, but urban sounds. We don't live out in the woods, so we have to hear all the neighborhood sounds like delivery trucks and landscapers and whatnot, and trains and helicopters. All right, let's do a little cold water rinse. Soap is slick. My face is still a little slick. All right, let's grab the old Lancaster Towel, which I do have good news. There will be a Lancaster Towel drop, and I believe there will be some new colors to choose from. I believe we'll still have your charcoal colored one, but I think there's like green now, and there's just, I think, a whole bunch of colors. Oh, and the drop is going to be, I believe, on the 24th. So keep an eye out. I don't know what time. I just remember reading it in an Instagram post from Lancaster Razor Works. All right. That was nice. If the stupid ingrown hair would go away, I'd feel better, but sticking around, it looks like. All righty. That was nice. It was a long overdue shave. So that was Lotus Eater Soap Company's Durga's Companion. Ew. Nice soap. It's lemongrass and grapefruit. I do smell the grapefruit, but the lemongrass for me is more of a predominant smell of the soap. Could just be my nose. Very nice. And we use the sledgehammer today. The Merkur 39c slant. And I don't know if you can catch that blade gap on the slant there. And there's a Gillette Nacet in there on its first use. And it's a two-piece, just like the 38c I have. And you'll see the Gillette Nacet blade there. Very nice. I enjoyed that. And thank you, Josh, because that was an awesome razor. Like I said, it reminds me of my 38c, which is the standard head. I actually could put this away now because I just wanted to show you the comparison. All right. Use a timeless ball. I still got plenty of lather left too. Hopefully my wife will maybe shave her legs later. I don't know, but timeless ball, plenty of lather. That was the Craving Shaving brush today from Charles at Craving Shaving, who also likes the soap. And there's that Fanchurian knot from That Darn Robin there. I love that knot. The knot's great. All right, so I figure this will go great as a aftershave. Some LimeSec. It'll kind of go there with that lemongrass. It'll kind of wake me up a little bit there because it's got a nice little burn to it. Oh yeah, good match. I actually don't have any lime scented bombs. I don't think I do. I may have a limoncello kind of a bomb, I think, from Vanillé. But this works fine. Nice. Okay. So, if you guys and gals like the Lotus Eater Soap Company's Durga's Companion Shave today. Thumbs up. That was a mouthful. And if you didn't like it, thumbs down. And please subscribe to my channel. We're getting up there in numbers for another giveaway. And yeah, stay safe. And we're still in this weird corona thing still going on here. So be safe. And until next shave, Glenn's signing off.